In this series, I'm considering the difference between these two of Carl Sagan's most famous lines.
We're made of star stuff. We are a way for the cosmos to know itself.
My proposal is that the first sentence, while it may elicit a powerful emotional response, it's actually the basis of a dead-end materialist worldview that now manifests as the crisis of the world we are living through today. In contrast, I think his second sentence is a prelude to a scientific, spiritual paradigm that can heal the Cartesian rift, and it presents humanity with a path to a life of hope and harmony. In other words, within the half a second between these two utterances is the salvation of the world. I think one of the best ways to explore and reveal this difference is to ask the question, what's more durable, granite or gratitude? The kind of immediate response to that is, granite. It's this solid rock. You can picture it. You drop it on your toe, it hurts. It's very durable. Whereas gratitude, what is it? It's light, it's fairy. Where does it even live? It easily just evaporates when the next thought comes in, or the next feeling. It's a feeling. It's very sort of light. But in the grand scheme of things, that granite, and we've seen it in our research. We'd be up in the mountains and watching water work its way down over granite boulders, and given enough time, a lot of time in human scale, the water will erode out pathways, channels, and it would be revealing, what it's revealing is weaknesses in the rock, or places where the molecular bonds that hold those minerals together, when it cooled deep beneath the surface of the earth, there are fractionalization differences. In other words, as the magma cools, the chemistry of it changes, and the bonds accordingly change, and as they change, they have different bond strengths, and the water, given enough time, will start to reveal those differences, and it follows the path of least resistance, and as it does, it wears away channels to reveal those long hidden differences. But what's happening also is that the granite itself is being weathered away into something else, into aluminosilicates that are going to end up in the ocean, that are going to end up as silt clay somewhere else, in the abyssal plain of the Atlantic. And so the granite, in fact, isn't permanent, but we're there whenever we get to the mountains, even as we're driving up Route 93, we can feel the sense of being happy to be there. We feel a deep sense of gratitude for being in that granite. And that gratitude is transferable. It's in my dad, and now it's in me. And it's going to be in the people that we share it to. It's going to persist long after we're gone. It's going to persist long after the granite that we're watching erode is gone. And so, in fact, that idea of gratitude, if you look at it through an interpretive lens as opposed to an explanatory lens, is kind of eternal in a way. There's nothing keeping it from not existing. Whereas the granite, it's as a material thing, its life is short compared to the eternal life of the idea of granite. And so, in fact, gratitude is much more durable than granite. And that's the kind of inversion, that's the kind of paradigmatic inversion that the comparison of these two sentences is asking us to go through. Instead of fetishizing and obsessing over the material, the matter, we instead open up the opportunity to consider the ideas, and we are a way for the cosmos to know itself. That's a different realm of the cosmos that sentence is asking us to participate in. That's the other thing. It's an incredibly participatory moment that it's asking us, whereas the other one is just passive matter. Our bodies, which are finite and ephemeral, are just passive recipients of the material of stars, whereas the second sentence is saying, no, be an active participant in the eternal cognition of the cosmos itself. Maybe this is getting a little too philosophical, but I actually think there's a phenomenology here, that there's an actual lived experience that goes along with this, and that's what I think the future is made of.